This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. So good morning, team. In this Azure Data Engineer Master Program, so in to, sorry. So in this Azure Data Engineering Master Program, in today's session, we will talk about how to delete files which are having a less than a specified size. Maybe let's say you want to delete the files which are less than 100 bytes. You want to delete the files which are having the less than 1000 bytes or 500 bytes. So you have a specific requirements in real time, because there are some small files issues will be there. Small file issue means in the storage systems we see a lot of small files will be loaded, and we don't want those small files. We want to delete all the small files, because you can think of 50 bytes or less than 50 bytes, or 100 bytes or less than 100 bytes means it is just a file with the headers or something. So you don't have any actual data, because in real time for any table, even for the dev tables, so we will not have that much data. If you think that you want to delete all such files in all the containers for cleaning, for cleanup process, so we can able to delete the files which are having less than particular size. So I'll show you how you can able to do that. Next, let's say you want to delete a files which are before specified time range in ADF. The second lab in today we are going to do is, let's say sometimes what happens, so you want to delete the files which are older than 3 years. You want to delete the files which are older than 1 month. Sometimes you want to delete the files which are older than 1 week, right? Maybe requirements will be different based on the scenarios. Sometimes what happens, you are getting some data from the file system. File system is nothing but a virtual machine. Virtual machine, if you keep all the data in the virtual machine, the hard disk will be full, and the later system will shut down if system can't able to like if system is not having enough memory and disk for free, right? So that's why what we need to do is, we need to do some kind of a cleanup process. We need to do some cleaning. Understood, Tim? So that's why what we will do, we will delete the files which are older than 1 week or 1 month or 1 year or 2 years or 3 years. There will be specific condition. So you will come to know once we discuss with the one condition. So remaining condition only timestamps you need to change. Here also, if we discuss with the one particular file size, so you can able to adjust that file size to anything. So this is what the high level what we are going to do. So we will learn today. Okay, so quick recap of previous ADF lab, and then we will be talking about the key scenarios to be focused on, and the pipeline design for deleting files which are having the less than specified size. Pipeline design for deleting the files which are before specified time range. Maybe I want to delete files which are older than 1 week or older than 5 minutes, something like that. So anything you want to do, you can able to do. So prerequisite, required resources, assignments we will see in today's session. So what is the previous session, team? If you remember, it's a ingestion framework we have seen. First, we have a script activity. So based on the pipeline ID which you are giving, it will query the pipeline process table. It will get pipeline ID, pipeline process, pipeline parameters. It pass the pipe like all this information to the next activity called switch. In the switch, first we are validating pipeline process. Pipeline is process is matching with which condition? It is matching with the SQL DB to ADLS, this condition. Okay, so if the process is matched with this condition, now what I will do, I'll just call this particular SQL DB to ADLS ingestion pipeline by passing the required mappings. Required mappings means source to target mappings. If you have multiple tables you can able to keep. Let's say next time when you uh, are calling same framework with a different pipeline ID, maybe let's say it is giving ADLS to block. So you will be calling the respective ingestion pipeline by passing the required folder mapping details, ADLS to block, from which folder to which folder, what you want to copy, all those information you can parameterize it and you can pass it. Okay, yeah, that's all. This is what we have done in the yesterday session. So today we will be focusing more mainly on, so if you want to delete a files, okay, which are having less than 100 bytes, how you can delete. So same thing, team, no need to cover all this. Basically, I just put. So this number you can change it within the same pipeline. If you want to really delete the files which are having less than 500 bytes or something like that, you can able to just adjust that value, the condition, so that same pipeline works for the different conditions. Next, because we don't have, see, general in real time we won't delete the files which are older than 5 minutes. Maybe it is very rare case where we are processing real time data. If some processes fail to restart, maybe if they are doing, they are deleting the last 5 minutes of data, that may they may do. But generally, we won't do deleting the files which are older than 5 minutes. Only thing is, for our lab purpose, I am going to show you deleting the files which are older than 5 minutes. Because if you take older than 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, we don't have files. Okay. So next, I'll also show you how to delete the files which are older than 1 day, how to delete the files which are older than 1 week, like that. Okay. Now let's say you deleted the file stream, but you realized that there is some important file got deleted. So what you need, you deleted, but some important file is got deleted. So what we need, tell me.
We need to roll back from trash.
Okay, so what we need to do, remember, there is something called soft delete option will be there, that we need to enable, so that we can able to recover. So we will see today how to recover deleted files from storage, how to enable soft delete in storage account. Generally in real time, admin team will take a team, they will be enabling the soft delete option. Okay, but whenever you are going for deletion, make sure you also try to verify from your end whether soft delete option is enabled or not. What this soft delete option does is, if you delete a files, by default it will keep it for 7 days. Admin team will keep that as a 60 days or 30 days. For example, currently in my use cases, current project, in my storages, the soft delete time is put it for 60 days. Even if somebody deleted some file, that they can recover within next 60 days. After 60 days it will be deleted permanently, you can't able to recover it. Okay, remember that. Can you tell me the answer, which activity we need to use to do this? How to get list of files from a folder dynamically? Which activity we need to use and how to do that?
Metadata, right?
Hmm?
Metadata.
Very good. Yes. Metadata. So within the metadata, which field we need to use? Array list.
File exist.
So there is basically in the documentation, in the syllabus which I have given, there is a lab to show you this, but I skipped it. The reason is the same thing is covered in a multiple labs. So now from your answers, I was shocked. Why you people are not able to answer? This is very simple question. We have used multiple times. Anyone, please try to take some time. I think with this, the repeated things we need to do. I think same thing we need to repeat. Why I am not repeating? Because already the same things are covered. Guess it, team. See, first thing is, tell me what you understood by this. How to get list of files from folder means. What you understood? No, normally tell me what is that meaning. What you need from that
Yeah,
statement.
Yeah, we need to pick the list of files, and each file size we need to check actually.
See, that is the problem. You people are imagining something which is beyond is required. That is not the thing that is asked here. This statement is very simple statement. Don't add front and back something, Tim. So just whatever statement is given, only till that you try to understand. So that's the problem, I think. You are adding here and there something extra. Don't add. So whatever is there, just tell me what you understood from this statement. Tell me what you understood. So we will not be moving further. Tim. No, please tell me in English statement what you understood by this statement. How to get list of files from a folder dynamically. Okay, remove the dynamically. How to get a list of files from folder? Tell me.
Yeah, command you are asking or what?
Not command. What this meaning? You can explain me. What is the meaning of this? How
Yeah,
to get
what
list
are
of
the
files?
files are there in that particular specific folder? We need to list those files
Hmm.
actually, file
That
names.
is correct. That is what I need. Anybody aware how to do that? See, I request everybody to repeat the same question. So whatever you said is correct. Same question, everybody repeat it in your brains. Really, I was shocked. What is this? Basic one. This is very, very basic one.
In field list, we need to get the child items.
That is what we need to do. In field list, we need to use the child items so that it will give the files from the folder. Just to think about, see, you have to understand yourself. We covered 3, 4 labs, I think. You remember we have used this thing in the multi-dependency trigger file session, right? In 2 sessions we have used. I think in the recent sessions also we have used. Hmm? Okay. Everybody understood now at least? Okay. How to extract file size using ADF activities? Can you guess it? How to extract file size? Okay. So I'll show you that. How to capture deleted file logs? What files are deleted and all those logs also we can capture. So I'll show you that. Okay. Now pipeline design for deleting the files which are older than specified size. First we will be using a get metadata activity to list down the files that you have. So maybe we have some files like daily, weekly, monthly files. We have all the files you got it here. Now you need to pass these files to which activity team? For each activity like this get metadata one dot output dot child items. Inside for each, I need to use one more get metadata to get the size of the file. Now I need to check what is the size of this file. If the okay, if the size of the file is the less than or equal to 100 bytes, because if it is less than 100 bytes means there is a it is not having the actual data. So if the condition is a true means I'll use the delete activity to delete. Now let's imagine for each has given a first item to the get metadata to. It will return the size like this, size equal to 31 bytes. 31 bytes means condition is true or false.
True.
Condition is true, I'll be deleting the file. Let's say next file. So next one is 219 bytes. So what is meant by that? 219 bytes
False.
means condition is true or false? False.
False.
So I'm not doing anything. I'm not deleting. So third file. So let's say it is again 31 bytes. Is it true? True. So I want to delete it. That's how we need to delete it. Now you have some questions I know here. Ask all your questions now. No questions? I thought you'll ask a few questions. Any questions here? Nobody have a doubt. See, I need to control myself first. You people are really not really thinking about what is the design, how we can improve, and are simply listening whatever we are telling. You should ask a very simple question. Why are you taking get metadata activity you are using to take a size here? Why you are not taking the size here? Why you did not ask this question? Very simple question, right? Okay, team. So I also will not raise any questions. I'll tell you. Okay. So next. So we will delete the files which are before a specified time range in ADF team. So first we need to create ADLS. Next ADF we will have. Then we will be enabling the soft delete because soft delete is very, very important. So we must have to enable the soft delete. So then we will be putting some cust folder under that. We will upload some files. Now I'll open ADF and I'll create a linked service for ADLS, dataset for ADLS. Then I'll create a pipeline. I'll use a delete activity directly and I'll add this dataset. Then I'll mention the time. Okay, you remember how to take the files which are only modified today. I want to copy data from data lake to blob, but when I'm reading the files from the data lake, I want to take only the files which are modified today. How you'll do that, team?
Yeah, modified date we need to mention actually. Date with the timestamp 00.
Very good. Thank you so much.
UTC count.
That's correct. Okay, very good. So that is what same last modified start date, end time will be there within the delete activity. So that start date and end date, if you mention it, so within that particular range, whatever files comes, only those files will be removed. Let's say if you have given an end date, is starting date you are not giving anything. End date you have given as a 2023 December 31st. So what it meant? Only I need a files which came before 2023 December 12th. That is what the meaning. See, starting date you are not giving anything, but ending you are giving as a 2023 December 31st, 23 hours 59 minutes 59 seconds. If you say so, that is the end time. Meaning, whatever files came before that, only those files we want to take it. If you are using this in copy activity will give only files which are older than 2023 December 31st. If you are using delete activity also will take only those files to delete it. Understood? This is like a theory, but we will do it in practice. So any questions here? So finally we need to run the pipeline. Okay. Fine. Prerequisites are we need to create data lake, data factory, integration runtime, all these things you know, team. So required resources are data lake storage into data factory. Okay, we need to create these two only. So assignment is you need to do delete files which are older than 1 month. You should configure it. Delete file empty files you need to delete it. Okay, there is spelling mistake. Delete empty files. So you need to delete the empty files. Team. Understood everybody? Now let's see how we can able to achieve this. Now what I need is first thing is just a minute, 1 second. Just a minute. I'm just logging in. Okay. Now let's go to the storage account team. Date, okay, storage accounts. Click on create storage account. Let's create a resource group cloud pandit hyphen dev hyphen rj. Click OK. Cloud pandit hyphen dev hyphen blah blah. Okay. Sorry, ADLS. We thought of creating, right? Let's create a dev ADLS. Come here. Click on enable hierarchical namespace. Click review plus create. By default, soft delete will be enabled. Tim, if you go to data protection, you can see enable a soft delete for blobs. So data days to retain deleted blobs is 7. Okay. If you want to recover the container, entire folder itself, that is also by default 7 days. So now if you want to increase this, you can increase this, but by default it will be 7 days. Okay. Click review plus create. So meaning now you also verified in the data protection, you also verified soft delete is, see I am showing you once again under data protection, soft delete for blobs is enabled. So meaning our data is can be recovered within the 7 days of deletion. If you delete today, within a 1 week, 7 days means within 1 week you can able to recover. One more thing, later if you want to increase or decrease after creating the storage account, these soft delete number of days, if you want to increase or decrease, you can do that too. Okay, there is no problem at all, you can able to do that. Now come to the second tab. Let's create Azure Data Factory. Go to Data Factory, click on create Data Factory. Cloud Pandit hyphen dev hyphen PDF workspace. Click to create. Click create. Okay. Now let's start with the lab 1. So first lab, what we will do, go to containers. First lab, let's delete the files which are less than a specified file size. Okay, go to container. That's a global. Under that, let's say So let's say we will upload these files as well. Okay, so combination of all the files I am uploading. Okay, fine. Okay, good. So if you see here, we have, these are, okay, 000 bytes files. These are 126 bytes. This is 377 bytes. These are in the KBs, meaning K means, you know, right? Kilo meaning 1000. Okay, 90 into 1000 you need to multiply here, because it's, these are having 1000 records. That's why these are quite big. But what I want to delete is, I want to delete the files which are having a less than 200 bytes, which are a less than 200 bytes. Even one big CSV file also, let me upload here. I think employee.csv, this should be, yeah, 3.69 KB. Okay, employee CSV also. Now what we want to delete the files which are having a less than 200 bytes. Now let's see how we can do that. Very simple it is. Everybody understood this? What we want, everybody clear, team? The requirement is clear. Come to
Yeah.
man. Let's create a link service for data lake storage into test connection. Create it. Now come to author. Now click on create a new pipeline. So this is a PL for delete bad files. Okay. Now first we will be using a get metadata activity. Okay, to get all the files that we have in the folder. So for that, let me create a one data set for data extraction. You can use anything, maybe. See, when you have a mixed files, it is highly recommended to use the binary. So you can use the binary. Now let's see ds for and to get files. Get file list. ADL to, so browse it. Click browse once again. Go inside global. Under global, we also have archival data subfolder. Click OK. So what we want the child items. You can use the child items. Okay. So I want the child items. Now debug this. See each file we are getting. Okay. But now I raised the one question. So still anybody wanted to get the answer for that, or you are okay without answer?
Yes, first get metadata is to list out all the files within the folder, and next get metadata is for to pick the file size of each file, size of each file.
Yeah. Now I am okay. So I think you were fine with this. Now let me tell you the answer for this. I don't know. Some people did not understand what is the question which I raised. So here, size is the child item which is like field list. Within the field list, size is not showing. You understood? Can you guess it why size is not showing? Okay, child items. At a time, you can choose a multiple team. Okay, you can know whether what is the child items. You can know. You can also check what is the this particular path which you have given is existed or not. When it is modified, all these things you can ask at a time. Okay. See, for
Okay.
example, you can ask whether this folder is existed or not. Debug this. That folder is existed, that's why it is returning the last child items, and it can also give the last modified timestamp. So you can get multiple things at a time. So here exist and child items. Exist is true, modified is this, child item is this. Now my question is, first thing is, why we are going for the size we are trying to get it inside the get metadata. Okay, you understood, uh, like we are getting the size of the file inside the for each. But now my question is, why that size field is not showing here? Will it really available later or not? The reason why the size is not showing
No,
here for the list, yeah. Anybody answer for this? Tell me.
not showing.
The reason for not showing the size of the size field list is currently this data set is pointed to the folder, not to the file. So that's the reason why it is size is not showing. Now I want to pass all this file list to the for each activity. Okay, item dot child items, output dot child items. Now child items are these. Child items are what? These are the child items. Okay, so this is the item 1, this is item 2, item 3, and so on you have here. Now next thing is, where is this? Okay. Inside for each, now I will be using a one more get metadata activity. Okay, now you see here I will be creating one more data set for data like storage gen 2 as a binary. Ds for ADL gen 2 generic. Okay, so listing down. Now you can just point to the global, then you can point to the archival data. So which file we need to select, Tim? Which file we need to select? So we have to pass one by one file dynamically. So that's why open this data set, create a parameters ds param for file name. So where I need to choose this, come to connections. Here you need to pass that file name. Understood? So parameter I created, I am passing it. Now come here. Now I am asking how to pass this file name, Tim. Item dot. Can you tell me item dot name
Name.
field list? Now if you see the fields, now you should be able to see something called size. Okay. Now till here, let's try to get it first. Till here, let's try to understand first. Clear, team? So now if you see get metadata 2, which is basically getting the size, which is very huge. So but we want only files which are 200 bytes or less than that. Okay, we want 200 bytes or less than that. So let's see, all these files are big. Why these files are big? You can see what is the files you are passing. Parquet file I passed here. Parquet file I passed. So now if you look at here, if you are running one by one like this, it takes a lot of time due to there are a lot of files are there. So what we can able to use, team, how we can avoid taking more time, how we can finish this pipeline quickly? Tell me what is the way.
We need to enable batch.
Parallel.
So for each batch we need to enable. Good. So the size, if you see, this is a 377. We don't want to delete this file also. Next. So this is 126 bytes. So we want to delete this file because which is a less than 200 bytes. This is a less than 200 bytes. Clear, team? Everybody understood what is the requirement? Now how to read this size? How to get this size, team? Can you tell me dynamic formula? At the rate activity of get metadata dot output dot size if condition. So here I am putting less or equals if activate output get metadata 2 dot size. Okay, if this size is less than or equal to 200 bytes. Okay, less than or equal to 200 bytes means if the file size is 200 or less, then we want to delete that file. So if this condition true means we want to delete the files. That's it. How to delete the file? How to delete the file? So here you can see you have something called generic. So generic data set you can use, and you can mention the file name that we wanted to delete. So what is the file name that we want to delete? Item.name unit used. Simple. Okay, so that's it, team. So this is how you need to, first you need to get the child item, pass it to for each. So pass one by one file, get the file size, check whether the file size is less than 200 bytes. If it is less than 200 bytes, you can just use the delete activity to delete that file. So let's say if you want 500 less than 500 bytes, you need to just mark this as a dynamic 500. If you want 1000 bytes, so then 1000 means 1 KB. If the file is 1000 means if the file is less than 1 KB, you want to delete it like that. Okay, click OK. So along with all this, now if you debug, it will throw one error. What is the error it is saying? Please select a linked service for logging. So when you are deleting the files, if you want to capture the logging, you can capture the logs. By default, it will be enabled. Okay. So what will be there in the logging is it will have information which files deleted. Okay. So you can choose the ideal legend to. Maybe you can say here the folder path is app logging. Okay. App logging is the folder I am giving in the data lecture gen. Now what happens, logs will be captured, and but as I mentioned, team, it is taking so much time. I don't want to wait for that much time. I want to make it as a batch of 4. Batch of 4 means, can you guess what it means?
At a time 4 files.
Okay, at a time 4 files we are handling. Okay, good, correct. Now 4 get metadata 2 activities will run at a time. See, 4, only 4 is started. Okay, so respective things are validating. Now if you just verify here, Okay, so files will keep deleting. So you reduced already, reduced further, reduced further, reduced. Okay. Okay, very few more files are there which are going to delete now. These two files are only eligible to delete. See now, all the files which are having less than 200 bytes got deleted. Yes or no, Tim?
Yes.
Deleted or not deleted?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so this is how you can able to delete the files. Now if you look at the logging, refresh it, the container called app logging. So for each file, one folder will be created. Within that folder, so there is a CSV file. Within this, you'll have a information. So this is the file got deleted. Snapdeal underscore completed.txt. So category is file. Status is deleted. So this is the logging. So similarly, if you go to the maybe fourth folder randomly, you click on this, click edit and see what is this file. This is the first 6.csv. Category is file. Status is deleted. So like that, if you go to folders, okay, it will show you what is the files which got deleted. Now let's say I realized that I supposed to delete the files which are empty, but I also deleted the files which are having the 100 bytes or 126 bytes files also I deleted. Now how to recover? How to recover the files which got deleted? Correct? You understood, Tim? See, I deleted the files. I'm not able to see. How I can recover is you see something called show deleted objects. Enable this. So here you can see retention days. It is showing right. Retention days remaining is 6 because today is 1 day, right? Total 7 days. 6 more days is left. Status is currently it is deleted status, but the soft delete is enabled. That's why it is showing as a just softly it is deleted. It is not deleted physically. Now let's say I realized cust4 I want to recover. So click on this cust4 file. You can see something called undelete. If you come back, if you just disable the show deleted object, now you see that file came or not 126 bytes cust4.csv. Is that file available here or not, team?
Yeah, well.
Okay,
Yes.
this is how you should enable, like this is how you should recover the file from the storage account in case if you delete. But you can only recover file if the retention period, if you deleted the file within the deletion within the retention period. For example, retention period is 30 days, you deleted 25 days back or 29 days back, you can able to recover it. Clear?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Malaya. I have a few things to need
Tell me.
clarify. Yeah. Suppose one folder got deleted, one file got deleted. Can we know which user got deleted that file like that?
Which user got deleted that file? I think that level of information, maybe that thing where we will have 1 second, I think that will be there. Show deleted objects first thing. Deletion ID, deletion time. Okay, so now let's go back. Not your activity logs. There is a second thing called activity logs.
Okay. Yeah, event initiated by last one. Mail ID is there. Last column.
Now this is just we put the file right. Only till then it is showing. So this is 12 minutes ago activity. Maybe activities will be one second. Let me verify that and I'll check it and I'll let you know. But we don't have any specific way to identify how it is deleted.
Okay. And one more thing is, so this
Yeah.
particular
Here you
pipeline. Yeah.
one second,
Okay.
I'll tell you.
Yeah.
So if you look at here, E3B45230 is the activity ID is created here.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you come to the logging, so with the help of logging, you can identify. So if this run ID is matching with any of this activity, so you can understand that this activity has got deleted.
Okay.
Okay. So now how you can know that this is the particular thing is deleted is you need to do few extra things. That is, first you need to understand when this file got deleted. Okay, so if you look at
Okay.
here, this file got deleted. This file got deleted on the October 19th at 7:13. At that particular time, is there any data factory pipeline ran or not? You need to see. If it is ran, so delete activity run IDs you need to compare with the logging. You understood?
Yeah.
So because these IDs are matching, so this is
Yeah.
how you can able to identify. Maybe I am feeling in the activity logs also, after a few minutes maybe it will update. I am thinking. Let's see if it is updated. That is much more easy for you to identify instead of doing this much process. Okay, next.
Yeah, and this particular pipeline is for deletion of specific size, less than specific size, under one specific folder, right?
Yeah, you see, if you want to repeat same thing, what you can do? So maybe
I
that folder name you can maybe make it as a pipeline parameter. From the master pipeline, you take list of folders which you want to validate and call this pipeline for each folder. So it will just do the same thing for each folder.
container
Okay,
level we can point, right?
that is what I am saying.
Okay.
You can just mark this particular one. You people have to practice the previous session so that what I am saying you can able to understand. You need to create a one parameter called folder.
Yeah.
So this folder is nothing but a what? Let's say archival folder is a one of the folder that you
Yeah.
have. So here
Yeah.
you need to parameterize it. So within this also here you can parameterize it within this data set. Now what
Okay.
happens that folder is parameterized. So once the folder is parameterized, you can pass any folder, right? Now what I can
Yeah.
do from the master pipeline, maybe I can get a list of folders here and I can
Yeah.
pass it to the for each activity. Then inside for each activity, I can just use the execute pipeline activity to call the delete bad files. Okay, delete
Okay.
bad files. And here one by one folder I'll be passing here. If I pass one by
Yeah.
one folder, so for each folder, this pipeline is going to run.
Yeah. Got it. Yeah. Yes.
Next.
Mm. And yeah, actually earlier session doubt, Malaya. Can I ask
Wait,
it
wait,
now?
wait. That thing we will discuss because first
Yeah.
thing let me finish
Yeah.
this one. There is other lab is pending now.
Yeah.
I'll take end of today's session. Okay,
Okay.
just wait.
Sure.
Now, team, let's move on to the second one. Is what is the second lab? Second lab is basically we want to delete the files which are a specific before particular time frame. For example, now what I'll be doing, I'll be first developing a one pipeline. Simple, it is very simple. Delete activity, you need to configure it, and you already have the data sets, right? So which is a get file list is the some uh, data set which I created. You know, this is pointing to what? This is pointing to the archival data folder. Remember, are you getting, team? It is pointing to the archive data folder. I am using a wildcard file path and star. So now if I run it, what happens? Can you tell me quickly? So logging you already learned, I am disabling. So logging I am not enabling again. Now tell me, Tim.
It will delete all the files.
It will delete all the files. But what I want really, I want the files which are uploaded today before. Okay, current UTC time you need to see because it is works in a UTC. UTC time now. So UTC time is 1:54. Now what I want is I want the files which are uploaded before 1 o'clock 50 minutes. Before 1 o'clock 50 minutes. Let me see now. Before 1 o'clock 50 minutes. If I say 150, today is 19th, right? 19th means this. Okay. So what I'm saying, the files which are uploaded before 150, because there is no start time. So start time, if you are not mentioned, means the files which uploaded in 2020 or 2019, 94 or 1990 or 1945, whenever, doesn't matter. The files which are there before 1 o'clock 50 minutes, all those files are going to remove it. But now what I'm going to do, now the time is 1:55, right? That's a very simple way we can do is 1:55. Let's say all the files which are uploaded up to 1:55 I want to delete. Now if I go and upload the files, these files will have a timestamp after what? Tell me. After 1:55, correct? Because now the time is already 1:55, 34 seconds. Now if I upload some files, means these files will have what time? Okay, so these 4 files I am uploading. So these 4 files I uploaded now. Now means, like now means it is a 7:25 minutes 58 seconds. It is around a 1:55 58 seconds, something like that in the UTC. Okay. Now you see I uploaded 7:25 58 seconds, which is nothing but a 1:55 58 seconds in the UTC. But I want to delete the files, maybe to avoid the confusion. Let me put it as a simple 1 o'clock 50 minutes. Before 1 o'clock 50 minutes. Before 1 o'clock 50 minutes means before 7:20, whatever files are arrived, all those files are going to be deleted. See, but before 7:20 means, so these all files came before 7:20. So all those files are going to delete now. Yes or no? Now you can see. If you want to enable the logging, you can still enable the logging. Maybe I can use some data lake here, and I can say time file logs. Okay, time based file logs. Time based file logs is the container I am creating. Now you debug this. So logging is still enabled for this. Now it is deleted. Let's see the number of files which got deleted. Files deleted is total 7 files. Now if you come here, how many files is expected to delete? So I think except these 4, 1, 2, 5, total 7 should delete. Refresh it now. See, 7 files are deleted. Only these 4 files which we loaded now are available. Now let's say tomorrow you want to delete the files which are older than 7 days. Okay, so you can put a dynamic content here. What is the dynamic content? Dynamic content is very simple. Add days will be there. So what you can do for UTC now, you can add a -7 days. So what will happen? The files which are arrived before 7 days, those will be deleted. If you want 10 days, you can put it as a -10 days. If you want more days, you can put it as a more days. See, let's say if I give -7 and debug, currently we know we don't have any such files, but I'll show you that filter condition within the delete activity. Delete input, we can able to see that. Here you can see the filter condition. So what it is giving to 10 12 October 12 1:58 23 minutes. Before that, whatever files are available, it is trying to delete those files. Because I have given minus 7 days means it is going back to the 7 days. Understood it? That's how you can able to delete the files.
Yeah, Malaya, that before that particular time is by default functionality, or what we are saying something before after we need to explicitly.
What is start date and what is end date? For example, if you say start date is 2020 January 1st and end date is 2024 January 1st. So the files it is going to take is between the 2020 to 2024 January 1st. Are you agree?
Yeah.
If I'm not giving this means what? It starts from very beginning, maybe from the 1900 to till this max date. As
Okay,
I'm not
got it.
giving any start date, I'm giving end date. It takes only end date.
Okay, got it. If we give only start date, not end date, after that date, files will get deleted.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
like while the deletion, you should not give start date, because if you give the start date means start date. If you give today, whatever
yeah,
files are arrived from today onwards, it will delete. When you are
yeah,
giving start date and end date, you need to see your requirement. Based on that, you
yeah.
need to give.
Clear, understood.
Next,
Thank
any other questions, Tim? That's all for today from my end. Any questions?
you. Yeah.
Tell me your questions
Yeah,
quickly.
thing is, yeah, see, lab is we are ingesting data from SQL database to ADLS Gen 2. In
Hmm.
SQL database, there are multiple tables. Out of multiple tables, I need to copy a few tables into ADLS. So for that, we are maintaining some table config. In that, we are mentioning right source database name, schema name, table name, and target. I mean target sync for container and path like that. Is it is flag that you need to copy y yes or no, that information we are maintaining and loading, right?
Hmm.
So suppose in the source is ADLS Gen 2, there in particular container there are multiple folders. Out of multiple folders, I need to copy specific folders into target. For that also, can we maintain like table config kind of information uh, and work?
See this, whatever requirement you said, that can be done in a multiple ways. First
Yeah,
thing I request you to think from your end, find out all solutions, and come back.
yeah.
Tell me,
Yeah, I did with wildcard file path actually. Pattern matching, some prefix is there out of.
because you people are not interested to put some efforts. Let me answer your question. That
Yeah.
can be done it in a multiple ways. One is,
Okay. Okay.
so you can use a get metadata activity to get a all folder list. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Now you can pass this folder list to for each. Inside for each, you can put a if condition to say whether one by one folder it is giving. The given
Yeah.
folder is in the required list or not. List of folders you can put I want folder 1, I want folder 2. So you can see whether for each is like get metadata given folder 1 to folder 10. Now
Yeah.
given to the for each. For each is giving
Yeah.
the folder 1. Now you need to
Yeah.
check whether folder 1 is there in the required list. Yes. Then do copy. If folder
Oh,
2, yes, it's there, copy. If it is not there, don't copy. This is one way. Second
we
way
need
is you
to.
can use the table copy. TBL
Okay.
config you can maintain. So where you can maintain all your folder list and you can start copying.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
this can be done in a multiple ways. I'm saying maybe you can
Okay.
just put it as a list of folders which you want to select. Maybe directly you can create a array with the folders list which you want to copy in the copy and give it to the for each gives only those folders, and you can copy only those folders which you want to copy from the data lake.
Okay.
Next,
In the first scenario, if condition, we need to hard code that folder names,
you can
whatever we require.
parameterize it, that also
Okay.
the
Okay.
required
Okay.
folders,
Okay.
total
Okay.
folders which it is going to take it dynamically from the ADLS, but
Yeah.
required folders can be parameterized and you can pass it.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Not got it. See, first thing is I request you to think. Some people I am seeing in the Cloud Pandit forum group and in our group also, Whatever scenarios we are covered already, you people are simply asking. If some requirement comes, you need to first think what are the different ways. See, not only one way for any problem, you will have multiple ways. You need to
Yeah.
try to put your effort. Today
Yeah.
I am covering all these scenarios. Tomorrow some new scenario comes which is already very similar to our scenario, whatever we
Yeah.
covered, but you will
Yeah.
not be able to figure it out because now you are not putting any effort. You are
Yeah,
simply
Malaya, honestly, I did
doing
that
something.
actually some other way, but I am checking actually what I did. I achieved the target
No,
actually, but
see,
what I
what
did
I'm
is
saying is,
correct or not.
okay, that
I'm
is okay.
checking it.
That is good only. That
Yeah.
is good only. What I'm saying is, first try to find
Yeah.
out all the ways. See, I
Yeah.
told three ways now. Maybe if you
Yeah.
think if I put some more effort, I can find some more ways.
Yeah.
You also need to do that much ways. If you can able to know, then you will get a more confidence on the subject.
Yes.
That is what I mean to say. See, if I
Yeah.
cover 70 labs, but when you know doing these 70 labs in a 210 ways, that is what the good. Because each lab, okay, he is doing this way. Is there any other way to do the same requirement? I want to fulfill it. Can I
Yeah.
improve the performance? Can I reduce the activities?
Yeah.
But I know
That.
some people are not getting the time to just to complete the labs itself, whatever we covered. But whoever is having time, please spend time to spend time on thinking how we can improve the performance, how we can optimize this development of this pipeline. What are the other ways I can achieve this? Okay, this is for you. See, I won't keep anything in my brain, team. I always wanted to say something. I want you to learn. That is what I want ultimately because my success is your success. If you success, I will be success. That's it. Okay. Okay. Any other questions?
So, Malaysia, if we have like a lot of files here, right? You think we would still hit the 4 MB issue here, like 4 MB
Uh,
limit here?
4 MB limit for lookup activity, right?
No, not lookup for the get metadata.
Okay, okay. So 4 MB limit, if you really get such type of issue, so what we need to do is, as I mentioned, right? One thing what we can do is, we are, that is what I basically generally, when I'm developing something, I want to explain more things, but I was thinking whether these people will understand, will they confuse again and all. So if you remember at the time of creating the pipeline, when I'm taking the list of files using get metadata, right? So what we will do is, we may have a lot of files in a folder, but we don't record all the files also, right? So that's why we can also use here also last modified start date end time, so that we can limit the files that we are getting from the folder. Understood?
Yes.
Because if you read everything, there will be a problem, but we will be limiting here. I thought of introducing this, but you will unnecessarily confuse. That's why I was not told. But as you raise the question, I'm telling you. So here you can put start date and end date to limit the number of files that you are getting.
Okay. Yeah, got it. I think that answered my questions.
Yeah. Any other questions, Tim? Okay, Tim, if no questions, then thank you.